chapters. Chapter 1, Introduction to Database. Chapter 2, Overview of Database Languages and Architecture. Chapter 3, Conceptual Modeling, Data Modeling using Entities and Relationship. So let's start with it. What is database? So database is a collection of related data. So data means it is a fact that can be recorded and that can have implicit meaning. For example, consider name, telephone number, address of the people. Database has following implicit properties. Database represents some aspects of mini world, some aspects of real world. Sometimes it is called mini world or universe of discovery. Changes to the mini world reflected in the database. A database is logically coherent collection of data with some inherent meaning. A random assortment of data cannot correctly be referred to a database. A database is designed, built, populated with the data for specific purpose. It has intended group of users and some preconceived applications in which users are interested. What is database management system? Dbms is a collection of programs that enables users to create, maintain database. Dbms is general purpose software system that facilitates the process of defining, constructing, manipulating, sharing database among various users and applications. Defining a database involves specifying data types, structures, constraints of the data to be stored in a database. The database definition or descriptive information is stored by the DBMS in the form of database catalog or dictionary, or it is also called metadata. So database definition or descriptive information is also stored by the DBMS, not only the database. So along with that, about the database, some description or some information it is stored in the form of a catalog. So that is called as data about data. So it is also called metadata. Constructing database is the process of storing the data on some storage media. It is controlled by the DBMS. Manipulating a database includes functions such as querying the database to retrieve specific data, updating the database to reflect the changes in the mean, and generating reports from the data. Next, sharing a database allows multiple users and programs to access database simultaneously. An application program access the database by sending queries, request for a data to be read or to perform the write operation. Query typically causes some data to be retrieved. So whatever the data to retrieve from the database, so we are going to write a query for that. Based on the query, we'll be able to retrieve the data transaction. So we have one more important features that is supported by databases transactions. So may causes some data to be read and some data to be returned to the database. So after storing all this, we need some protection and security to the database. So protection includes system protection against hardware and software malfunction. So protection it is with respect to hardware and software malfunctions or crashes. Security protection against unauthorized or malicious access. So DBMS must support both the protection and security. Maintain a database system allowing system to evolve requirement changes over time. So once the database is designed, it requires to be keep on updating based on the requirements. So maintenance of database is very important as over time. So these are all the important features or functionalities supported by the DBMS. So this diagram shows the database environment. So the diagram shows detailed information about how the database environment it looked like. So you can just observe the diagram. So that is a database system, database DBMS software, and also the physical location where the database is stored. So database system where we will be having some software where we can put a queries. With the help of that, we'll be able to return the database. So to maintain the database, so we are going to use So example for database system, any application, whatever the application it is created over the database, so that comes under database system. Then database software. So application programs is nothing but the application it is used to maintain retrieve database. So database system, it also includes Dbms software. So just having application, we cannot directly interact with the database. So we need a Dbms software. So example for Apple, MySQL, these are the different Dbms software. Software to process queries and programs. So the role of this is that it is going to process and query the database. Software to access stored database. So with the help of this software, we'll be able to access the data that is stored physically at the disk, stored database, and also, as I told in the previous topic, so it also contains the catalog or metadata. So it stores the information or description about the database that is stored in the media or database storage media. So this is the simple